Do I hear another sketchbook tour? So I've recently been going through a lot of my old sketchbooks and kind of organizing the ideas that I had in them. And I came across this one, which was started in December of 2023, so quite a while ago. Scary, I know, because this feels very recent to me. But I've been talking with you guys in the Discord, and a lot of you guys wanted to see some of my older sketchbooks, so let's do it. This is a Royal Talents Art Creation sketchbook, which is like after the Leuchtturm, like my favorite one. The paper's quite thick, and the price is just really good. And if you're a fan of like the Moleskine sketchbooks, but the price is starting to get to you, try these because they also have like the little tan paper. But I don't want to talk too much. Let's get into it right off the bat. So you're gonna see a lot of fountain pen sketches in this, just because a lot of time I was strong on the go, which also means a lot of fountain pen. I really like this. I think this is really cute. I still like it a lot. I think this was around the time where I was able to start looking back on my old art and not hate it. So even now I can look it back, like I can see the problem with some of these, but at the same time it's like not life-threatening. So I got some stickers from some local artists here. Oof, this one is by Tiger Blush. This one's my melon bread. I got them from their Patreon pin club, and I forgot the artist for this one, but yeah. Ink sketches. Those are actually done with one of these. So I think there's a very good exercise that comes with drawing straight up with ink, especially like a pen that you're not as used to, and I always love the way that the lines with this one turn out. It has such like a traditional feel to it. Like you can really see the paper and the brush texture coming through. I like this. It's just cute. I would like to redraw this. And oh, nice perspective on this one. Oh. This should be fine. I'm just gonna, it's not really super explicit, but yeah, great start, Zoe. So this is a lot of like chaotic stuff. This was in the peaks of me doing my art center portfolio, which got rejected, by the way, fun fact. But I had this idea for the city that was like kind of almost located within an inactive volcano, and I didn't end up going with it, but I did use it in my D&D campaign. So yeah, this was dip pen with calligraphy inks. Hold on. This one by Ferris Wheel Press, which I really love, but I have not used that much because I don't know, it just doesn't do the job for me as well as like just regular black ink. But yeah, I still like it. I think the design is cute. I like it. Okay. Some dragons, and oh, Marianne. I'm trying to think if this was the first time I ever drew her. I think so. Might have been. She's like one of my main characters. I really like her, and I don't think the design is too developed. This is not her first time that I drew her. But this is definitely the first time I drew Azrael, which is like her counterpart. I would really like to illustrate some comics with them one day. I've been getting so back into comics recently that I used to want to go into Viz Dev, but now I'm like, comics. Don't do this to me. But oh, I actually do have a comic planned out for them, and I've been saying for like the past year and a half that, I'm gonna do it. I will not be doing this, but I have it planned out. I think it would be fun. I want to do some short comics for my characters. So wait, let me put this back. For my characters, because I'm not very good at describing them, so I think a comic would be like a good way to communicate them. But as you can see, it is very, very chaotic. This is definitely not like one of those nice sketchbooks, because it was also during a time where I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, even now, I don't have a lot of time because I'm obviously graduating this year, but I feel like I'm better at kind of compartmentalizing my thoughts. I feel like I keep using that word wrong. But I can, manage my time better, and I don't let things affect me as much, versus this Zoe that drew all this definitely did let things affect her a lot. So here's just kind of figuring out her design more. It's really funny actually, because her finalized design I only finished like maybe 6 months ago, so yeah, you know, just figuring out the name. I actually still, oh, I like this. See, this is the great thing about going through old sketchbooks, because even if the art is bad or not as like to the standard that you're used to, the ideas are still there, and I actually really like this. I might like this more than my current design. Well, we're coming back to that. Oh, here I was just kind of figuring out Marianne's room. This is actually also a page in my new sketchbook, because I actually figured out how to do it properly. Just fountain pen sketches. I love these little deco stickers. I think they're so fun. I love adding stickers to my sketchbooks. I don't know, they make the page so much more engaging, and they kind of give me a little bit of time to process, you know, the page that I've drawn. I think this is also when I started to get into Final Fantasy because of the Fox series. Oh! This was after I met Peter Han. Peter Han, he's this really cool illustrator. He does a lot of like ink work. You guys should look him up. We had an event here called Storm the Block that I somehow managed to get into, and they invited a bunch of really cool like artists over, like David Finch and Peter Han and Jorge Corona. So like all these like comic legends and art legends, and I was just standing there and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. But I got to watch him draw live, and I think watching Peter Han draw live really made me get back into ink and inking. Well, like with brush pens. Jorge Corona is what got me into like comic book inking. You guys should look. So he's drawing for Transformers right now, and his work is stunning. Like there's so much, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times in modern comics the inking is just considered like a passing over the pencils instead of like a whole new type of art. But Jorge Corona, he really like, okay, I'm going on a tangent, but like he shows that it is still an art form. And same with Peter Han, like his use of like lines and composition and everything, like it is an art form, and it made me really fall back in love with the medium. This is when I went to go draw with my friend Hugh, and then this is when we went to go figure drawing after. So there's a lot of figure drawings. I actually still like these. These are kind of cute. These are really cute. I like them. Yeah, so there's one place here that does figure drawing, and I try to go most of the time. It's every 2 weeks or so, but I've been going more consistently now, and it's definitely helped my art improve a lot. But this was around the first few sessions of figure drawing. I think there's something very valuable that you can learn from like looking at people directly instead of off a reference. So very awesome. These are done with like, do you know these like watercolor brush pens with like the water at the back that you can like take on the go? I don't like them for watercolor, but I really like them for ink. So I'll get a set of them, and then I'll put different concentrations of ink and water in them, and then I can take them on the go, and you get these very nice values. Someone's at the door. All right, I'm back. But basically, if you do this with the differently diluted inks, you can get these really nice washes, because you know you can get a lot of value very quickly, and you still kind of keep the ability to define shape and form really well, while also bringing in a lot of like interesting texture. Like I like this part a lot around like her chest, with the way that the the ink kind of diffuses. Here I tried to go over it with acrylic marker, but not the biggest fan. But these I really love. These I love. I love ink, and I think it's a good mix between, you know, it's quite permanent, but it's also not as permanent as like a marker. Like you still kind of get the safety net of kind of, you know, going over it again. But yeah, these are differently timed poses between like 2 minutes, a minute, and like 15 minutes. So I don't really know which. Okay, yeah, those are the 15 minutes ones. Never mind. But yeah, this is just mess. As said, this was during a time where I was kind of creatively stumped. Oh, I have a video in process of me designing this character. This was, I think, one of the first times I was thinking about him. Back to this little girl. I don't know why I kept drawing her. I just think she's so cute. I love the little shorts and the little shirt and the little wings. I think there's something so like cheeky about it. I don't know. I've been going over the past year and a half into this like slow descent into like bat wings and like these kind of cute little characters. Oh my gosh. This is what I mean with like the ideas stay there, because I started this character so long ago and I just kind of put it on the side burner until literally like a month ago, where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start designing this character again now. So it's worth it to keep your old sketchbooks, and it's also worth to keep sketchbooks, because if I did this on loose paper, or even worse, digitally, I would have not found this. I'm gonna be very honest, because I lose track of my stuff so easily. But I like going through my old sketchbooks because it shows me I don't know. I think there's a very coherent like process of thought, and if you kind of go through all your sketchbooks, it kind of starts to become more apparent. And you know, ideas live forever, so you know, you don't always have to go through with it 0 to 100, but you can. It's good to have it recorded so that you can come back to it anytime you want. That's something I've been thinking about. I'm moving to college soon, which is kind of scary. So I'm like, do I take my old sketchbooks or not? Because it seems like I have to fit my whole life into like 2 suitcases. So like, what do I take and what do I not take? And I feel like for me, these are such important things, but then like it takes up so much luggage space where it's like, is it worth it? But yeah, I don't know who drew this. Someone drew this. My friends like to draw in my sketchbooks. Here I was working on portfolio. Here I was working on my Chinese New Year pin from Year of the Dragon, so that's fun. Oh, I did an alphabet that I included in my BizDev portfolio that got rejected. So that's fun. Here it is. I kind of wanted it to be like a flower that grows, because the whole like theme was like flowers and flower people. So I wanted it to be like an alphabet that you can almost like weave into wreaths. The circle thingies that you hang on your door when it's like Christmas time or Easter. So kind of like, or like you can like make a flower bracelet, because it's like that civilization was full of like medics and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe, you know, they do like protection spells and stuff like that, and you have to kind of make it a part of the buildings and everything. So the same way that kind of like nature is part of that world, this script is part of nature. So this is just yap. I don't think I'm getting my point across. Here I was working. So if you were in my stream recently meaning 2 weeks ago when I was streaming, you saw me redesign some of the uniforms for my students. But see, this is like the same thing. This was the first time I designed them, and the first time I also kind of, there's a lot of writing in my sketchbooks. I'm trying to write less in my sketchbooks and just keep a separate notebook, but I always come back to writing in them, because ain't no one reading that in the notebook. I'm not reading that in a notebook. So, you know, a lot of stuff about arcane tools, which is the first time that I kind of started developing the system of magic in my world. It's still not fully tuned, but we're getting there. Oh, this is when I went to Scotland, and I got like a little pin of like a cat, and this was the background. I just thought it was really cute. And look at this creature. Ooh, I like this creature. Someone remind me to redraw this. Oh, this is... Oh yeah, we were on a boat trip. No. It was New Year's, I think. Yeah, it was New Year's. And I went to my friend's house for New Year's, and his cousin drew this in my sketchbook. Isn't that so cute? I think it's a surfer. I don't know. I love when I'm usually quite iffy about people drawing in my sketchbook, because I feel like it kind of disrupts my way of thought. But I always like when kids draw in my sketchbooks. I like knowing that kids can still get creative, because I sometimes help in classes in my school, and let's just say a bit of creativity is appreciated. Ooh, creatures. I love creatures. Oh, this is for my Jellyfish collection. So I launched a Jellyfish collection in 2024, and I wanted to have like a little witch mascot, and it ended up being the Jellyfish witch. Isn't this so cute? This is actually one of the few times I actually worked in pencil. So that's that. I want to do more with her, because I really think she's cute, and I don't want to reduce her to just like a mascot, because I feel like she could be so much more. I really love her design. I still have the full one somewhere, because here I was planning out the whole collection and like what I wanted to include, what I didn't want to include. A lot of pins, definitely, and a lot of like stickers. I love stickers. I wanted to make a zine, but I didn't get around to it because school. But trust, my next collection will have a zine. Fountain pen sketches. Oh, so I was kind of designing the arch witches, which is something that I'm not gonna get into right now because it's gonna take forever. But I wanted to start designing their like dresses. I know in character design you're usually supposed to keep your characters simple, which is something that I stick to most of the time, especially for like my main characters. Like if you look at like Ivy and Mingxu and stuff, they're all very like simple. But I think with like the arch witches that I was not planning on drawing as often, I was kind of able to like indulge a little bit more and kind of go a little bit more detailed. When I design for like my main characters, I tend to design for comics or animation. Like that's what I try to like categorize it in so that I don't go overboard. But when I designed these, I was designing for games. I was like, I'll just make a 3D model and draw over it. I say, not knowing how to 3D model. But I don't know. I think this is like there's 12. I still have not designed all of them. I don't know if I'll ever will. But yeah, I get to kind of indulge and do like, you know, all the pretty ornaments and everything. I love it so much. I love character design. So yeah, you see, this is kind of where the thought ended. And then I wanted to draw Mari and Az because I love them. Like they're like since then they've been like my go-to. Like if I don't know what to draw, I will draw them. If I want to draw people in like a domestic setting. Sorry. I don't know if I'm getting sick or not. I've just had like a very stressful is an overestimation because I did spend like half of it playing Marvel Rivals, but I had mock exams, which led to a really bad like sleep pattern of mine. So I think I'm getting a little bit sick from that. But yeah, they're like my go-to to draw. I just love drawing them so much, and I love the dynamic that I have for them in my head. Mingxu and the dragon. I actually ended up making this a full illustration for the Year of the Dragon because the dragon is very relevant to her character. So I wanted to do a little doodle. This is just, I don't even know what this is. This is like, oh, I know when this was. This was towards the end of or like the middle of the semester where I was really just kind of losing it. I remember that time. It was not fun. But I didn't have a lot of time to draw. But oh, we're back. See, this is what I mean with like, I just love drawing them so much. They're so silly. And like the dynamic that I have like envisioned for them is Az is very serious and she's very like not chaotic because chaotic is the wrong word because she is very responsible, but she's clumsy like as a result of her being very sleep deprived. She's like an academic and she's doing like a dissertation on ancient demonology and accidentally summoned her. I'll make the comic one day. Someone join my Discord and then peer pressure me every single day to draw the comic. So this was around the time when I got elected into student government. So I'm head of student body at my school, which is a thing. And I wanted to do like a set of characters that I could draw like mini comics from instead of just like putting up a flyer to like oh, this is the bake sale on this. Like I wanted to draw comics and be like, oh, with like these characters interacting to get like some of the younger kids a bit more involved, but they said no. So rest in peace, Mouse Bunny, I guess. You can tell I had a habit back then of leaving a lot of empty space. I'm trying to not leave empty space now because I feel like empty space for me is when I get stuck on something and the idea never really like properly develops, so I kind of just forget about it, versus now I try to like fill the whole page, even if it's just me forcing myself to fill the page because I'm still finishing or like developing the thought to like a certain extent where I can remember what's coming, if that makes sense. Like it's not, I know some people are like, oh, don't force yourself to finish a page, but I have to. My personal work ethic is that, you know, finish your page, like you don't have to finish the, oh my, whose dog is that? Okay, I'm back. Someone just, there's a walkway in front of my window and someone just let their dog off leash, which is, I mean, I have a dog, so I don't really care that much, but like, there was no person around, so I'm like, this would have not been the first time, like, that a dog was just there. I don't know. Okay, we're just letting our dog off leash now, but I think the lady, oh yeah, it is her dog. Anyways, people, like, don't take your dog on a walk and let the dog off leash and then go on your phone and then turn around weirdly if you don't know where your dog is. Poor dog. So, yeah, that just happened. Oh, I like that little shirt situation. This is cute. Needs a bit of work, but this is cute. See, this is what I mean. Like, if I developed this idea more, I might have used it for the final design. So, oh, the dog is back. Anyways, here I was working a little bit more on Mingju because I wanted her to be very like fashionable. In my head there's this, I never touch on it in anything, but in my head there's this side plot that Mingju is a fashion designer and that she has a few pieces and kind of like interns with like the seamstress in the town. I don't know where this came from. It just, my characters, they just tell me fun facts about themselves and I just kind of live with it. But yeah. What is this? Oh, I remember. This is Dale. Me and my partner, we made characters. We made like characters in my world. I did Dale, who is Dale is a life thoughts. Dale is a life magic student. And she focuses on birds, specifically sparrows. This is her. And Reese made Cassie, or Cass, who is a star magician. So, that's cute. Oh my gosh. Oh! I thought I designed her in the other book, but okay, this is where Dale came from. I need to draw her more. I love drawing Dale. Dale's like one of my favorite characters. What is this? Oh, little thumbnails and stuff. And this is cool. I think this was very much inspired by Peter Han. He does these like large drawings of like animals as carriages. Here, I think this was International Day at my school. And then, I don't know what this means. This is not my sticker. It's from someone else. Dialga, okay. I've been trying to get the extended Shaman Hedgehog version card from the Dialga pack on Pokemon TCG Pocket for so long. So here's the thing, my brother, okay, this is a tangent, I have to talk about this briefly. My brother's luck in this game is unreal. He always gets like the EX cards, but like the golden versions. Meanwhile, I have not gotten a single one. He has multiple. He has doubles. I'm like, how does this guy have so much luck in this game? It's so unfair. I just want my extended Shaman, because Shaman is my favorite Pokemon. Draw this in your style. A lot of, oh yeah, here I was working a little bit more on Mingju's outfits. I still haven't kind of figured out her personal style yet because she has a lot of personality traits that kind of like contradict each other, so I want to bring that across. But see, this is like an example of like a thought being put to the side before I finish it because it's not quite there yet. It's coming at some point. This is cute. I agree, Pass Zoe. I like this too. I like the little, I think this could be a little bit more fluid because her whole thing is like water, so maybe almost a little bit like the rippling of a wave, or like, well, she's not really ocean themed, she's river themed. Her whole thing is rivers, not oceans, but like maybe lean into the ripples a little bit more. I see you. I do think now that I see it, that it's a little bit too grown for her. I mean, she's like 14, 15, 16, that kind of age range. And like, I'm 18, okay? I have to wear business casual at school, and you will not willingly see me wear a blazer. So I don't think that she would. But maybe like a little bit of a cape. I mean, she does come from like a high society background, so maybe she would. But I don't know. Like, this is very much, Ivy. Like, Ivy's also around like the 15, 16 year age bracket. I feel like this is a lot more up that alley. Like, it's very frilly, it's very girly, it's very like, it suits your character a lot. But I think Ivy is a lot of an easier character to design for. So yeah, like this is very her. I find, like, in my head it's very her, and this is way too complicated. I've kind of decided oh my god. Okay, I'm coming to this in a second. I like the bag. She doesn't have the bag in a final design, but I might give it back to her. But like the bows and stuff, it's so her. And then like her sleeves, they look like petals. It's very her. I think I've never struggled with designing Ivy ever, because in my head I have a very clear idea of who she is as a person. This is why you should write your characters, guys. Coming from someone who doesn't write their characters, be better. Don't be me. Design HL. Oh my god. So the worst subject I've ever had to take in my entire life was design HL. This is IBDP, which is like a curriculum. If you do IB, do not take design. Don't. You're gonna think, oh, I can take it instead of chemistry. No, just take chemistry. Take ESS SL. Do not take design at HL. It was the most, as someone who's just finished a course or is about to finish a course, horrendous, okay? The contents are easy, yes, but the internal assessment, which is like, I think 52 pages I have, where they have to do like CAD modeling and everything. No, I wanted to make a cat bed for my cat and it turned out garbage, but whatever. I think this is final Ivy. This is Dale. This is Ivy. I don't know why I was drawing Dale on this page. Yeah. This is more Dale. I like these frilly little like lingerie sets, you know, the ones, but not like the ones with just like the frills. Like I went down this rabbit hole of like, there's this one, I forgot the name, but there's this one brand and they make these like sets and they're like embroidered with like feathers, well, not real feathers, but like the patterns itself, like it's like almost like lace craft, and they're so pretty. And I saw one of them and it was so Dale, and it was like this like PJ set, and it was so pretty. I wish I remembered what the brand was, because why is this page taped? Should we expose my past self? Okay, never mind, it's just 2 empty pages. But yeah. So I was thinking if I wanted to design something like that, because I like designing different outfits for my characters. Because, I don't know, in my head, Dale is this like early 20s, mid 20s kind of borderline girl failure, not projecting at all. So I wanted to do something silly with her. And like, also, I feel like fantasy settings, like nowadays, like we're so like, and I'm part of that, like we're so fast fashion, like I have so many clothes, versus back then you would have just like 3 fits, and those 3 fits would go so hard because those were your 3 fits. Like you'd have like your nightgown, you'd have your little like going out clothes, and you'd have your little everyday clothes, and like that shit would look good because it was your only 3 sets of clothes. Versus like nowadays you have a lot more clothes. I still only rotate the same 3 outfits, but they are not that cool. I need to start styling myself like a game character. I need my 3 outfits. But like I need to make my 3 outfits better because it's just my 3 outfits. Do you get what I mean? So I that's why I like high fantasy, because you just get the opportunity to do so much cool things with your characters. Anyways, if you know me, you know my character Helena, the little... Why is it... I was talking the other day with my friend, because Helena, she's based on like Black Swan and a Dark Phoenix and stuff like that. So like a very dark and black character design. And okay, this is relevant to this, I promise. But I named her after my old ballet teacher, Helena. But everyone keeps saying, Zoe, this is your emo character. It's not. I have actual like scene characters that I've not touched in like 4 years. But every time I show them this character design, they're like, oh, Helena, like the song from My Chemical Romance. And I'm like, Well, yes, but no, that's not, so it fits, but it's not what the character was named after. It was my old ballet teacher. But then also, if you look at my earbuds, I've been listening to MCR for the past 4 weeks, so I like I'm not escaping those allegations. Anyways, initially I wanted Helena to have like a peacock girlfriend, so I was really focused on like the Avian Order, which is an organization. I need to make lore videos, I'm realizing. I say this every sketchbook tour, but this is getting out of hand, okay? But I wanted to do like a peacock witch, because I love peacocks, and I really, okay? Oh, okay? You did this, why? So, I wanted to kind of have them contrast, but I never ended up kind of fully developing her. So, rest in peace to that, I guess. I like this. This is cute. Okay. You did this, why? That's what I mean with this. It was such a weird time of my life. But yeah, here was my initial like quote-unquote designs for Helena. Oh. Oh. They're cute. Okay. End date, February 25th, 2024. I see how it is. Well, that's it, apparently. Finish your pages. I hope you liked it, I guess. This was a bit chaotic, I admit. And I have more, if you guys want to see more from the Zoe Likes Frogs archives, the pond archive, so to say. I think I've definitely gotten a lot better in keeping my sketchbooks, not clean, but more coherent, at least to me. Like, at points, I was struggling to remember what these things were, versus like now with my sketchbooks, I have a lot of a clearer idea of, you know, what I was thinking about. So that's why I always say, like, keeping a sketchbook is important, but I don't think we talk about how to properly keep a sketchbook. Not that I think that there's a right way to keep a sketchbook, but there's a right way for you to keep a sketchbook. Like, you as a person have to kind of figure out, you know, oh, this is one of my old stickers. You know, what works for you in order to kind of keep your ideas, because that's what a sketchbook's supposed to be. Like, you should be keeping your ideas and stuff in it and be able to come back to them. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye.